Welcome, esteemed members of the board. Today, we are here to talk about AIM's successes in the muesli business, as well as upcoming changes that will be made to the organization's business model. Through the first 6 quarters of business, AIM has had significant wins in the muesli market, substantially growing the business, which positively affected our bottom line. The executive management team has identified the organizational strengths and opportunities over the first 6 quarters of business, which we will also be expanding on today. The executive management team is extremely excited about the positive strides the organization has made over the last 6 quarters, and we are even more excited about the direction of the organization going forward. Our original plan was to make a quality product at a competitive price. We were certain that our competitors would provide high quality with high cost, while others would push the lower limits. Our target market is right in the middle, buyers who are not willing to pay top price but still want a better than basic box of muesli. We knew that to compete we had to create a cost structure that would allow us to compete with any other group. We built up our production capacity and reduced turnaround times in our factory. We utilized profits from production to accomplish this rather than relying on borrowing additional funds. This allowed the organization to maintain a low debt load. Our original product mix was based on market research and analysis of consumer demand. Our competitive cost structure allowed us to compete effectively in these markets, but our margins suffered from the competition. An increase in commodity prices caused us to drop our products with fruit. We had initially hedged the more costly items. However, our surplus ran short and we could not continue to price the fruit products effectively. As a result, we made the decision to discontinue selling the fruit products during the peak fruit pricing periods. We now have a plan in place to more effectively forecast the demand of our fruit products during peak fruit pricing season and to stock up on fruit during lower price periods. This will allow us to continue to make fruit muesli during peak fruit price seasons and continue to price it effectively, with little price difference felt by the customer during these times. We originally set aggressive goals, very aggressive sales, and market share goals. We were able to exceed our plan for 500-gram nut and missed our 1 kilogram original and 1 kilogram nut plan. As discussed earlier, when the fruit lines were pulled from production due to high seasonal fruit prices, our planned product mix was changed. As a result, the forecasted plan for the 3 remaining items in production picked the additional planned production. 1 kilogram original and 1 kilogram nut sales were planned to make up the difference in quarter 6, and they fell short. With better forecasting of sales, as well as seasonal fruit pricing, and keeping a surplus of fruit on hand, we will have the ability to better forecast and have a more reliable sales plan in place. Our original production efficiency goal was approximately 97%. In quarter 6, we saw a production efficiency of approximately 95%. We are very proud of this efficiency rate as we had unexpected issues, including seasonal fruit pricing, which caused us to change our product mix. This caused some lingering effects with inventory and production turnaround. Going forward, with better inventory management and forecasting, we will be able to hit our production efficiency plan. As we have discussed throughout the presentation today, the change in our product mix affected our original plan. We are very excited about the market share that we have established with our current 3 products, and we will look to continue to take advantage of this market share as we expand our product line to include fruit offerings again. AIM has a very strong market share in our current offerings, and we were able to establish ourselves as a leader in the muesli market. As AIM saw growth through the year, we were able to reinvest capital back into the business to expand our operations. AIM was a leader in sales revenue in the muesli industry, and by expanding our production capacity, we were able to continue to grow our sales revenues. AIM has committed to being a top muesli producer, and the ability to continue to expand our capacity to meet customer demand is key to this commitment. AIM will continue to monitor our production capacity along with trending inventory levels and sales forecasts. When additional capacity is needed and we have the additional resources, we will be able to expand capacity even further. AIM saw the highest total sales in the market, and we look to continue to build on our strong brand and reputation. To make the production process more efficient and improve our margins, AIM is currently reviewing plans to implement a just-in-time system for some inventory as well as our production process. This would eliminate a bulk of warehouse costs and would also improve the production process, only making products when they are needed in the marketplace. Another step to improve our margins is in marketing efficiency. The organization has a more accurate marketing plan in place, and we will be able to better allocate marketing dollars to the appropriate areas to reduce inefficiencies. This will increase sales seen from marketing campaigns, as well as reduce unnecessary marketing expenses, increasing our margins. We are also committed to continuing to reduce our leverage, specifically reducing our current loan. In addition to continuing to increase the organization's production capacity with excess capital, we will utilize this excess capital to pay down our loan, which will reduce our interest expenses. By reducing our interest expenses, we will again be able to increase our margins. AIM had a very strong 6 quarters and looks to continue that success in the muesli market. AIM had the highest total sales in the market, which is evidence of the strong brand established and the quality products offered. We have a plan in place that will increase profits and decrease expenses, increasing profit margins. Implementing a JIT production process, a JIT process for a large portion of the inventory purchasing, better seasonal fruit purchasing management, increasing marketing efficiencies, increasing production capacity, and paying down the existing loan will all affect AIM's margins in a positive direction. In the near term, AIM will have additional capital to pay down the bank loan due to proper capital management and additional capital investments being satisfied. AIM is a leader in the muesli market and is continuing to grow at a very healthy pace. We are excited about the opportunities ahead of us and look forward to your approval of our continued success. The first portion of our presentation was specifically to the board. This is part 2, which is specifically to our section coordinator, Todd, in reflection of what we learned through this process. First, customer patterns are repeated and predictable, and we need to spend more time observing these patterns, analyzing these patterns, and being prepared to provide products for the repeat or regular customers. Next, we had some excess inventory issues, which were caused by increasing our production capacity, so inventory built up very fast. Our product was still very high quality, but we did not have the right balance of price and marketing to move that product as fast as we were creating the product. The next area where we had room for improvement is with our cash management. In quarter 4, a bank loan payment was made in an effort to reduce our interest expenses. Unfortunately, this payment backfired. When the loan was made, sufficient financial statement analysis was not performed, and we did not have enough cash on hand to cover accounts payable when they were due. The bank extended us a loan to cover our accounts payable, which counteracted the whole purpose of us trying to pay down our loan. The result was our credit rating was decreased, resulting in a higher interest rate and therefore higher interest expenses, which was the entire reason that we tried to pay off the loan so aggressively in the beginning. So this was definitely a learning experience. The next category for room for improvement would be marketing expenses, which were not properly monitored. During the game, it was determined that marketing expenses needed to be increased to help move product, but the marketing expenses moved product too fast and the product sold out. Marketing money was not removed promptly enough after the product sold out, which resulted in wasted cash. So our marketing money needed to be more appropriately allocated and then also allocated to the region where sales were occurring. Next is forecasting. Our sales forecasting was actually driven by having a desire to have a very high efficiency. So emphasis was placed on zero downtime on production. And this really drove our forecasts really high, and that built up our raw materials. We had excess raw materials, which required additional storage space and impacted our margins. And excessive raw materials also just decreased our ability to pay down the bank loan due to cash availability for accounts payable. All right, and a final review of our lessons learned. First, more careful planning is needed to meet customer needs and maintain product stock for repeat customers. Next, GIT practices are needed for raw materials and finished goods. Cash needs to be managed according to current liabilities, while still being aggressive in paying off our loan. Our products were priced too inexpensively. We had the highest total sales, but profit margins were lower than our competition. And lastly, profit margins can be improved by using more appropriate pricing and decreasing costs. This presentation for AIM has come to a conclusion. Thank you very much for your time, and we appreciate your support.